So what is geography? Well, let me show you. Let's go down to the Andes Mountains in Peru. As you can see, I'm navigating through Google Earth. This is just plain old Google Earth that you can get on your computer. I just happen to be flying using a mouse that's called 3D Connect. Costs about $100. You can learn how to fly it. We're gonna go down here to the edge of the Amazon jungle, and we're going to fly into some rugged mountains, the Andes Mountains. You can see that there's snow up there. And these are some pretty big, bad mountains. Turn our camera a little bit here. We're going to zoom in into the interior of these mountains, and lo and behold, here we are at Machu Picchu. There is no mystery why this place is here. It's here because you can see it if you are migrating up from the Amazon jungle, and it lets you know that there are people living up in the high areas, and that they are organized builders and warriors, and that they will protect their territories. It's basically saying have some respect. Let's fly over the Andes now, get some altitude, pan a little bit to the right, fly into the Amazon basin, and from this perspective you can see how massive. When you see that green, you know that it's agriculture. They're turning it into agriculture. It's actually a bunch of trees. Go across the ocean a little bit, run into Africa. Lo and behold, there's Spain, and we go through the Mediterranean, fly along the top of the Mediterranean till we get to the Nile Delta. Let's go in here and take a look at the Nile Delta a little bit. We see the Nile River coming up. We see something that looks like a petri dish. That's how human beings grow on the surface, and we can see them like this. We're going to go into Cairo here. And we're going to zoom in. We're going to get down pretty close to ground level. Turn the camera a little here, position it a little bit, and here we are at the Pisa pyramids. These are the ones that are well known. There's the Sphinx down there. It's quite remarkable. But look, if we head south down the boundary between the desert and the agriculture area, we see that there's actually a lot of pyramids. And these pyramids, if you study them closely, will tell you exactly how they built the pyramids. There's really no mystery there either. So let's fly out of here a little bit, go down the Red Sea. Then we're going to turn out of the Red Sea, and we're going to head across the Indian Ocean. We're going to bump into the bottom of India. There's Ceylon, and Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, the Philippines, and here we go into Vietnam. And for you Vietnam veterans, we're going to fly to an area in 1966. This is the operational report for Operation Utah. It was published by the United States Marine Corps after the battle. These documents have been unclassified, so we can take a look at them now, and they give us a blow-by-blow description of the events on the ground, divided by which units they are, and using a military grid navigational system, we can identify where we are actually at on the surface of the Earth. So we're going to go down to the surface of the Earth right now, and we're going to fly over the air base at Chulai and head about 30 clicks north. March 4th, 1966, Lima Company, 3rd Battalion, 1st Marines. Battle of Hill 50. Marines, ARVN, go up against the NVA. Operation Utah, late afternoon. This is your LZ. Once you got on the ground on top of this hill, it was very difficult to organize because of the pampas grass. The mountains that you see across the the valley there are not snow-covered peaks, even though they look like it. They happen to be cloud cover when the aerial photography was taken for Google Earth that day. I'm going to drape some aerial photography on this imagery. This recon photography was taken by the United States military after the battle for Hill 50 was taken. It was provided to me by Simon, and I've just draped it into the landscape here. This is Hill 50, and what you guys are going to do on the first day is you're going to walk down this hill and set up a perimeter as close to the objective as you possibly can before the night. Lima Company has done this a number of times in the last 37 days, so you know how to do this. You travel across this terrain and you set up a perimeter just as it gets dark. 2 men to a fighting hole, and you're taking turns trying to get through the night without freaking out. We're going to bring the camera up a little bit and just fly over the Hill 50. This is how we look at geography. This is how we teach with geography nowadays. And as you can see, when we get closer to this mountain, you're going to see that you guys knocked the holy crap out of it. And they knocked the holy crap out of you. So this is your geography lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it. More to come.